For years, we've been watching Ripple quietly architect what they call the Internet of Value, basically reimagining how money moves around the world. And honestly, it feels like we're finally watching that vision come alive. This journey we've been tracking, studying, obsessing over for what feels like forever, 2025 might just be the year it all clicks. You know that feeling when puzzle pieces suddenly start fitting together? That's exactly where we are right now. Cast your mind back to 2017. Remember when Ripple dropped that game-changing article about the Internet of Value, the one that broke down what it actually means and why everyone should care? That wasn't just marketing fluff. That was Ripple laying their cards on the table, showing us their master plan for revolutionizing global finance. They're talking about wanting to move money around the world just like we move information around the world today. Back then, there were only a handful of crypto projects actually doing something meaningful and useful. This idea really clicked because they identified all those frustrating inefficiencies we deal with in cross-border payments. What I love is how clear they were about their vision. They told us exactly what they wanted to achieve with blockchain technology. And naturally, they chose the XRP ledger, which is basically a network and cryptocurrency built specifically for this purpose. When you look at everything that's happening now and what we're seeing unfold today, it all just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Let's rewind to 2023 for a moment, specifically that summer. Why am I taking us back there? Well, July 2023 was huge because XRP finally got cleared as not being a security. Then August rolls around, and guess what Ripple does? They actually join the BIS's CPMI group. Now, if you're not familiar with that, we're talking about the Bank of International Settlements and their cross-border payments market infrastructure group. Think about how massive this is. We're looking at the central bank of central banks actually bringing on a blockchain-based company to work on cross-border payments. Let's go all the way back to 2017 and that Internet of Value concept. What were they really trying to tackle? Cross-border payments. Once you see that connection, everything else just clicks into place. We started seeing all these banking partnerships pop up, with Ripple working alongside some seriously big names. We're talking about partnerships with players like the IMF. Then boom, 2023 brings us the BIS connection. From there, it's like watching Ripple systematically build their path to becoming the go-to leader for the Internet of Value. They made some smart moves, like acquiring Metaco, which opened doors to bring in tons of institutional players. They didn't stop there either. They picked up several other companies, including Hidden Road. When you look at Ripple's company mission today, it's crystal clear: building the Internet of Value, enabling the world to move value the way information moves today. Their mission statement says it all. Build breakthrough crypto solutions for a world without economic borders. Through blockchain technology, Ripple's helping global financial institutions, businesses, governments, and developers move, manage, and tokenize value, basically unlocking better economic opportunities for everyone, everywhere. And here's the thing, tokenization is really the heart of what they're doing. If you hop over to Ripple's homepage right now, you'll see their main pitch: modernize your financial infrastructure with Ripple. It's pretty straightforward, right? They've got everything laid out: payments, custody, stablecoins. This is all happening with Ripple at the center. Their messaging is spot on too. From instant payments to asset tokenization, blockchain and crypto are happening right now across the world. And you know what? They're absolutely right. This stuff is really happening as we speak. You can even check out their customer page to see who's already on board with what they're building. But here's the main thing I really want to dive into and show you just how crucial XRP actually is to this whole picture. So let me check out the bank section here. I could have sworn I saw something about tokenization linked to banks before. I'm not spotting it under banks right now. Let me try fintechs. Nope, this section's all about custody. Maybe it's under crypto businesses, so we've got payout networks, stablecoins, cross-border payments here. I'm still not finding that direct tokenization link they used to have prominently displayed. But here's what I do know. XRP is their go-to network for everything related to tokenization. Looks like they've shuffled things around a bit since I last checked their site. Companies do that sometimes, right? They reorganize their messaging, but the core technology and strategy stays the same. But you know what? When you really look at what's happening here, pretty much everything we're seeing from Ripple ties back to XRP and the XRP ledger. I've been hearing a lot of folks worried, saying things like, oh no, they're trying to replace XRP, especially with all this stablecoin talk. But here's the thing, the stablecoin actually strengthens XRP's use case. It's always been about bridging those cross-border payments, right? Think about it this way. When you've got all these different stablecoins floating around, you still need something to act as that neutral bridge currency between them all. But here's something really impressive. The Ripple platform is fully regulated worldwide. They've got 11 jurisdictions where applications are still pending, but get this. They already have 64 active licenses and money transmitter licenses under their belt. You can check out their compliance record too. They're actually members of the American Bankers Association and the Payment Association. And remember, they're working directly with the BIS, which also collaborates with SWIFT and tons of other major players, plus hundreds of banks I haven't even mentioned yet. It blows my mind that some people still don't see the bigger picture here. And here's where it gets really interesting. Stablecoins, right? We all know stablecoins are becoming the hottest topic in crypto right now. They're making faster, cheaper cross-border payments possible. Stablecoins really are a huge piece of this Internet of Value puzzle. They're literally enabling payments to move at the speed of information flows today. And get this insight is actually coming straight from MasterCard. When MasterCard is talking about this stuff, you know it's legit. Here's MasterCard's announcement, and this is huge. With the Genius Act now passed, we're entering a new era of clarity and confidence in digital assets. One we've been preparing for over the years. We've worked across crypto and traditional finance ecosystems to explore how stablecoins can complement and enhance existing payment systems. Think about that for a second. This is MasterCard we're talking about. Pretty much everyone on the planet knows this company, and now they're openly discussing a new era for digital assets. They're not just mentioning crypto in passing. They're diving deep into stablecoins and how all of this is going to work alongside and basically upgrade our current payment systems. But here's what really gets me excited. Trump just laid it out plain and simple about what they're planning to do with crypto. The dollar is getting a crypto makeover. And honestly, when you think about it, our financial system really is decades behind where it should be. Under the new Genius Act, America's outdated payment infrastructure is getting a complete overhaul using cutting-edge crypto technology, all to strengthen the dollar and push back against BRICS. And you know what's wild? This has literally been Ripple's mission from day one. Even when you look back at their earlier messaging, they've been calling out how broken the financial system is. And honestly, they're absolutely right. It's always been broken. Think about our current financial system for a minute. It's incredibly inefficient. Trying to send money across the world is just ridiculous with all the hoops you have to jump through. So when you consider what this transformation is going to accomplish and what's actually unfolding right now, we're about to see this entire space explode over the next few years. And it all kicks off with governments finally embracing this technology. That's exactly what the US is getting ready to do. Let me show you what I mean.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after I really met you for the first time? The Genius Act provides banks, businesses, and financial institutions a framework for issuing crypto assets back one for one with real US dollars, treasury bills, and other cash equivalents. It's really strengthening the dollar and giving the dollar great prominence. And
You're absolutely right. Most people have no clue just how broken our financial system really is. We've basically been slapping band-aids on it for years. What I mean is, sure, we've got PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, like all these apps that look sleek and modern on the surface. But here's the thing. They're really just fancy user interfaces. It's like putting a shiny new coat of paint on a rusty old car. Nothing's actually changing under the hood. Payments are still taking days to truly settle behind the scenes. The fees are still absolutely ridiculous. And don't even get me started on transparency. It's terrible. We can make something look fast and easy on our phones, but the actual money is still crawling through the same old slow system from decades ago. That's why we desperately need to upgrade the actual rails, the infrastructure itself. And that's exactly what all of this is about. Look at this from David Sachs. President Trump keeps delivering historic victories. Today, we witnessed the signing of the Genius Act, which basically creates a proper legal framework for stablecoins. This law is going to unlock American dominance in the crypto space by finally giving us clear rules to follow, completely flipping the script from the regulation by prosecution approach we've dealt with for the past 4 years. Here's what's really exciting. It's going to modernize those ancient payment rails with a revolutionary blockchain-based payment system. And get this, it's extending US dollar dominance globally by creating a digital dollar that people everywhere can actually use. The genius part? For every digital dollar sitting in a crypto wallet, there's going to be a real dollar backed up in a US bank account. We're talking about creating trillions of dollars in demand for US treasuries. This is Trump delivering on a massive promise he made. But wait, there's more. The House just passed the Clarity Market Structure Bill, and President Trump has already committed to supporting it as it heads to the Senate. He promised to make America the crypto capital of the world, and honestly, he's actually doing it. You're absolutely right. This is where it all starts. We're literally watching the new US financial system come to life right before our eyes. This is something we've been discussing for ages, and here's the mind-blowing part. 93% of the world doesn't even own crypto yet. They don't know about it, don't understand it, think about it, even within the crypto space itself. What percentage of people actually get what's happening here? And of those who do hold crypto, how many actually hold XRP and truly understand what XRP represents? We've been following these breadcrumbs for years, piecing it all together, and now it's all coming together in real time. I was talking about this way back in August 2023, remember? I said, here's how I see this playing out. Every major nation is going to have their own digital currency. CBDCs were supposed to be that currency, right? Well, we banned CBDCs. That term is basically toxic now. But here's the thing. Stablecoins, they're essentially CBDCs with a different name. Same function, different branding. Pretty clever when you think about it. Exactly. We're going to see digital dollars, digital euros, digital pounds, you name it. That's going to be the new currency landscape. And here's what's really fascinating is every single bank is going to tokenize their reserves. Some might even launch their own tokens, just like JPM Coin. JP Morgan just announced and actually applied for patents on JPMD. And get this, it's launching on BASE, which is a public blockchain. This stuff is happening right now, not in some distant future. Every other major bank is following suit too. Citi, Bank of America, the whole gang. We're heading toward a world completely dominated by digital money. Eventually, anything and everything of value is going to get tokenized. We're already seeing the early stages of this transformation. But here's the biggest shift in the global financial system. We're moving toward a world that isn't controlled by just one entity's currency. Global decentralization is absolutely essential at this point. The US dollar has actually been a perfect example of why we shouldn't have a single reserve currency controlling everything. And here's the reality check. Dollar dominance is probably only going to remain strong within the US itself. I mean, this might not shift completely in 12 to 24 months or maybe even 3 to 5 years, but over time, we're definitely going to see digital currencies and digital fiat rise up, which means we won't need a single reserve currency anymore. When you think about Ripple's original vision for the Internet of Value, it's all about moving money without economic borders or the major headaches we deal with in our current financial system. Here's what I find really interesting about CBDCs and stablecoins. They're going to eliminate the need for a traditional reserve currency, but they're absolutely going to create demand for a decentralized bridge currency. That's where things get exciting. Because a lot of people are thinking XRP or even XLM could fill that role. But XRP has consistently been the one that keeps popping up in conversations and official documents. It's been talked about and referenced by all the major players in this space. Honestly, I don't think I've seen a single document from any of these big name institutions that doesn't mention Ripple or XRP in some capacity. And on top of all that, Ripple has been collaborating with some of the biggest organizations in our current financial system. They're not slowing down either. They keep pushing forward with new partnerships and developments. When you step back and look at what's happening here, we're witnessing the birth of a completely new financial system. We're seeing the start of what's going to be the biggest boom this new system has ever experienced. This is the same system we've been hearing about for years from companies like Ripple, who've been telling us exactly what they're building and how they're going to do it. And now we're actually watching one of the most massive transformations in the history of our financial system unfold in real time. What's absolutely wild is that we're getting confirmation at this scale, and now we have the US government fully on board. This isn't speculation anymore. It's not, oh, I think this might happen someday. We're literally in the opening phase of this transformation right now. So definitely get ready for what's coming because we're about to see some massive changes rolling out from here on out. With that being said, I really hope you guys found this breakdown helpful. If you did, definitely smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn those notifications on because I'm constantly putting out fresh content for you all. Thanks so much for sticking with me through all of this. It's been a wild ride connecting all these dots together. Until next time, guys, peace out.